Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here again, and I'm here with the Titans mod author hangout with Enderman of Doom, so say hello. Well, that was unexpected, but it's kind of appropriate because I'm actually holding a potion right now, so it's like, dude, you knew. Of course, I did tell you I was drinking it, but I don't think that was the intention. Most random intro 2017. Okay, there we go. I can usually see hashtagging that.
Hashtag mod author burps and mod review.
Not quite as catchy, but you never know. Anyhow, as I was saying, we're going to be doing another one here, and this is about a different faction. As you can kind of tell, we're back in the nowhere.
Recently added too. He was added in the version. We might have been alluding to him in a few of the past videos. This is yet another greater Titan, another Titan of awesome power, whose mere gaze could cause you to die.
Yeah, all greater Titans have some sort of psychokinetic power, and this one is no exception.
That's the theme with all of them. Depending on which one they are, it depends. For the Wither Skeleton Titan, his was the withering gaze. He literally would melt into a withered puddle on the ground as soon as he gazed upon you.
Yeah,
the next one would cause you to.
Where I am, because I'm at a nether fort, and this is the last bastion of the nether in the nowhere. If you have found one of these structures, you have found yourself a little outcropping of the nether in the nowhere. And the thing is, the Ghast Titan was actually and his faction, obviously, was added while we were doing these mod author hangouts. So that was very productive. And in fact, so was the nowhere. So we're hanging out in a dimension that didn't exist while we started this. And and the big reason why I'm here is this is a very, 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 very big Titan. There's a few other places to put them. Like,
second largest Titan.
The nether, it's too laggy.
Second largest Titan after Witherzilla himself. This guy is 96 by 96 by 96 blocks in size.
Just try to wrap your head around that before we do the big reveal. 96 by 96
keep in mind that's meters. Keep in mind a block. Keep in mind a block is a meter. He's 96 meters cubed. With this including the tentacles, this guy is larger than Godzilla.
Oh wait! He'd be the second biggest cubicle mob ever added in Minecraft. Because wouldn't the max size version of a slime titan be bigger than him?
A max size of a slime titan would be ginormous. Like
But that's why it's code only. You won't see it naturally.
That's why it's code only. You'll never see it naturally because you never want to. Like I'm gonna do the math right now. 8 times 256. The max size slime titan would be 2 kilometers in size.
Oh my gosh! It would literally be where he would
a hopping mountain of goo.
He would be on unrendered chunks hopping around. In fact, it would make the rendered chunks look like a tiny island by comparison. He'd be so enormous. But that's not the Titan we're looking for right now. We're looking for the Ghast Titan and his faction. So you can imagine this will involve large amounts of fireballs and destruction. And as he said,
this guy is a greater Titan.
And a gaze that will plasmify
unlike
you.
But unlike the Wither Skeleton Titan, whose gaze will is literally called withering gaze. It withers you even more than that gaze that your mother might give you if you didn't do the dishes right. That one will turn you into.
Well, okay, kids. Just insert undone chore here, and your mother staring you down, and this is still worse than that. So no matter what you feel about it, it could be worse, and that's upcoming. Because we're talking about a Titan that, in addition to having some of the biggest breath attacks in history, also has the most powerful gaze ever known. But
actually,
for comparison,
it's hard. It's a thing for all greater Titans to have a stare ability.
Yes.
But none of them, of course, can compare to the ultimate starer, who we will be doing next. But unlike the Wither Skeleton Titan, who causes you to wither away upon looking at you, this guy will cause you to combust. Will cause you to spontaneously combust upon staring at you.
Now, as for other things that you may
there's no way for you.
Dealing with
it's like burning Godzilla. It's like, think of burning Godzilla. There's no way of getting rid of the fire. You'll always be burnt. You will always be burning when fighting this guy.
Totally forgot I was wearing the absence set, so I kind of instantly melted the ghast I was going to use for a comparison.
Take off the armor.
Yeah, I got it. Oops. Okay, my bad. I was going to say, here for comparison is a normal ghast.
That might point as to how frail a normal ghast is.
Uh, admittedly, yeah, because he's only got. Oh, I figured out that you actually found a way to get the information of the absence hole granted to you to save whenever you exit the game and come back, because I still have over 140 HP. I kind of absorbed a few blazes when I was
Ooh.
hanging out here before, so it's
It
working.
say
I don't
it
know if it
works when
saves
you
when you
log out and
die,
log
but
back
I'll
in.
probably find that out later.
It does not. It
Yep.
does not save when you die.
Now this ghast
But
is
interesting
even
that it saves when you
flying.
log out and log back.
This ghast is not even flying for some odd reason. He's just hanging out here.
Maybe he's stuck in the ground. Give him like a push. So he like flies
I'll
away.
just spawn in another one in a more open area. So I'll just go a few blocks over here and
Keep in mind, by the way,
there he
gas
goes.
can.
Oops.
Keep in mind, gas can actually spawn in the nowhere as well.
Okay, so that is something that can randomly happen around here. So I've got mobs spawning off to further prevent lag. And this guy, however, might wind up showing up, and this is just your regular average ghast. So tentacles dangling, that
Not very
ghostly appearance.
Not very often. I find that these guys appear to spawn as rarely as the ender dragons that appear here.
And he randomly went so far away he has disappeared in the haze. So
He must have despawned.
no, he just disappeared in the haze. Like he outdistanced. Well, I went down, yes, but I was just trying to see from the ground would you even be able to see him.
The haze of the nowhere is incredibly thick.
Yes. This fog is thicker than pea soup combined with the London fog combined with the
It's
Los
almost
Angeles
as thick as
smog.
void fog.
What
It's
smog?
almost as thick as good old void fog.
Okay, that's pretty thick. Okay, now after a while, the ghast may think that randomly floating around is no longer to their best interest, and actually start wanting to get some activity. Now, because the greater power of the Ghast Titan calls them to actual action, once they start worshipping him, they get a slight power boost. So here is the first one of the rank of the actual faction, the Ghast Loyalist. Note
And
that he
check
has
out the
20
health
HP,
difference.
so he's definitely bigger than your average Ghast. Otherwise, not too
He's more
much
durable.
different.
He's more durable. No real difference in terms of his fireball damage, but he's more durable.
Yeah,
by being
although he will still get one shot if you hit him in the face with his own fireball. That's still true. Right?
Yes, but unlike regular gas, these guys do have a pursue mode.
Ah.
If they have no master, they do have a pursue mode, and if they spot you, they will. If they spot you or something else, they will methodically move towards it and fireball it to death.
Okay. So
unlike
as I
regular
said,
gas,
they are
who have a
moved to
tendency
action
to-
now.
Unlike a regular ghast who has a tendency to kind of just float away.
Yes. They just float around. These guys will actually follow you. Although this guy's again hanging out because apparently they don't like getting off of these corridors very well. Now, let me pop another one in here and see if they actually find something.
There's not really much here in the nowhere. There's not much in the nowhere.
Yeah.
There's not much to fight here in the nowhere other than villagers, if you count that as a target.
Well,
They do
I can
they do
always
technically target
give
villagers.
them a target.
The reinforced iron golem. Those guys almost never die from gas attacks.
Okay, that's what I was going to do. And there's a lot of them spawn, so now we can see them actually trying to pursue. This one's actually firing in their direction, but again is kind of stuck in the corridor, so he's not moving. But the other one is actually turreting himself. Oh, now they're both free. You can actually see that unlike normal gas, Interment of Doom here has found a way to get them to actually stare in the direction of their... Sorry, I need to refresh night vision. To actually stare in the direction of their enemy as well, and turret themselves to fire. So even the Loyalist has this ability.
Think of the Ghast in Twilight Forest.
Yeah, only this case smaller, not bigger.
Or the gas guard, or the gas guards and the gaslings from the Carmenite.
True, they do that as well.
Their whole body turns as their head, like they stare at you.
Yeah, so think of this as a smarter ghast.
They're smarter gas. They're able to lock onto you and fire at you with pretty great accuracy. It's very hard to dodge your fireballs.
On the other hand, I can see how that could kind of backfire.
They also do project a field of fire, which that translates to them being able to fire at where you are going. So if you move in the same direction for too long, they will hit you. They will hit you, and they will do massive damage to you with their fireballs, as normal ghasts usually do.
Yes.
So they're able to track you
But
with their
then we
fireballs.
get to the fact that as they move along in their faction, sure, being a loyalist is okay. They get a little boost just for worshipping the Ghast Titan. So they get a little power from their master just for kind of phoning it in. But then you get the ones who actually try to worship a bit more actively in the faction. So when this happens, they get a promotion into the priest.
And even ghasts, despite their massive size, and despite
out.
the fact that they have no arms or legs, somehow are able to put robes on themselves.
Well, again, I'm thinking that's kind of magic. Well, let me. There we go. Got one that flies.
Like-
I keep
like-
accidentally shoving them into the corridors.
Like
Sorry.
they're even able to put little socks on their tentacles.
But I don't know. It's kind of like a onesie, you know? It's like they crawl into the suit and they squeeze themselves in, and they're in this enormous onesie. You know, it's you know, it's kind of like a bodysuit for gas. So you know.
A body-sized stocking.
That too. Anybody know any other major one-piece forms of clothing? I mean, it's definitely not a swimsuit, so we can't say it's a one-piece for that. I mean, they're not. Well, they are air swimming, so I guess that applies. Now the priests are a bit more powerful, as you can see, they have 60 HP.
More HP. Their fireballs deal a little more damage, and they do heal nearby allied ghasts.
The thing is, I know I saw one of these loyalists being injured before, and I'm pretty sure they've already healed them while they're floating around together. So, yeah.
Being the priest of a greater titan, he also applies regeneration onto nearby healed mobs.
Although
while
he's already
he's
healed
healing
up
them.
to full, so they don't need that anymore.
Yeah,
Although, where
they
did the
get-
other one go? I could have sworn there was 2 loyalists, and around
One of them
here.
must have been hit by a golem. One of them must have flown too close to a golem and gotten smacked.
Yeah, probably happened. I mean, these
All
are
it takes
reinforced,
is
so you gotta
one. All it takes is one shot. All it takes is one shot in the family jewels, and you're out.
Do they even have those though? They're gas. I'm not.
I like to think they do. Like I like to think that the males have a tentacle that they never tell anyone about.
Well, I guess so. I mean, we know squids can do something like that, so why not? I mean,
And
seriously,
they're
look it up.
they're just
Natural
hidden
facts
somewhere.
Of, some animals there.
I mean, they're just it's just hidden somewhere in there. But somehow the golem is able to hit it every time.
It's
and
like,
that just
I know
causes
where
them-
your weak point is. Ow, man, that really hurts. Did you really have to hit me there? Okay,
Next,
well,
so
moving right
promotion-
along. While the
next
priests are kind of
promotion-
coveted because they gain supernatural powers that can assist their allies, every once in a while one manages to do particularly strong feats of gasdom, like floating around like a gas and blowing stuff up with explosive gas and burning everything around, not to mention
Explosive
killing their
gas.
allies and detrimenting their enemies in various ways. So, yes, the gas with explosive gas. I mean, well, what else are they gonna have?
What do you think they're trying to do? Fart in the general direction of their enemies and then spit fireballs into that?
No. It's more like an explosive burp. You know,
Bleh.
they just got obscenely bad breath. And
I like to think of the fireball as intentional vomiting.
Oh yeah, you could think of it that way too. I mean, I've heard of some interesting.
They have a special. They have a special
gas.
They have a special tester barrel that culminates a fireball. It acts as both a fireball generator and their stomach.
Yeah, so
and
they
it's full of-
just
and it's full of
gorge
molten
blast
lava.
off this. Well, there
It's
are
full of
some
molten
creatures that do
lava. Anything that goes in there is incinerated.
But anyhow, after they've managed to belch or vomit on their enemies with
Hi, kitty
explosiveness,
cat.
then eventually they get a promotion for doing, in that case, no matter which way you look at it, they'd be going all the way. So either way, we get a special promotion here, and this time I'm going to remember to do this on a roof. I'm hearing Enderman's cat. A very happy cat. Okay. Well, I think you can certainly say the next rank is usually put on a pedestal anyhow, so I'm going to do that officially.
Well,
The Zealots.
kitty-
With the
gas
cyan robes.
were
Onesies.
kind of gas sounds were kind of made from a cat.
Which makes this a particularly interesting moment, because C418's cat was
Sounds like
not unable
apparently
to
sounds very human.
Yeah, well, it doesn't even sound like a cat. His cat originally, and he's the guy who does the sound effects for Minecraft. His cat didn't sound like it meowed or even purred right, so he actually took the sound effects that were what it came up with in its sleep and decided to use them for the ghast because it sounded kind of disturbing to him, going, you know, this is a creepy sound that my cat makes. He doesn't know how to cat, so I gotta put them into something scary instead. It came up with ghast. So that is, we're listening to a happy cat, and while showing off something that sounds like a disturbed cat.
But so the zealots, they're much stronger.
And faster. I mean, this guy is dodging like crazy, and I haven't even.
They whip around. They're not just dodging melee attacks, they're also dodging potential fireballs that might be heading their way.
Yeah, so they're strafing like crazy. They are officially, purposefully moving absolutely nuts. They're just trying to make themselves as evasive as possible. This is like trying to it's like trying to catch a panicked chicken. Have you ever tried catching a panicked chicken before? It's not fun.
I've tried catching a panicking duck when I was really young.
I don't think it's quite the same because chickens have a random number generator built into their head, so it makes it officially where even they can't predict their own actions. So it's very difficult to grab one.
Where is that random number generator though? When you chop off their head and they're still running around?
Well, actually, they
also
have instincts built into their body, so.
Probably in their spine.
Yeah, it's probably built directly into them because it literally is part of their self. It's kind of bizarre when it comes to chickens. I mean, I've heard stories of one living without its head for months before it finally died. So you can imagine that there's got to be something to their body, so it's written incorrectly. And so this guy's trying to duplicate that, and he's doing a pretty good job. Now, is there anything else about the Zealots other than their absolutely crazy movement they got going here?
They also shoot faster.
I've noticed that.
And their fireballs are much more powerful, and much more destructive.
Let me see how much damage he's dealing here.
Pretty sure it's into the 20s.
I've seen 16 a few times, but this is up against a. Oh, I saw a 20 there, but this is up against a reinforced iron golem.
Iron golems, yes. Yeah.
Also, he has much more I've noticed that this thing is normal gas fireballs usually don't blow up nether brick. And these fireballs have, in fact, blown up parts of this nether fort. So, yes, they have more blast power as well. So they can actually destroy a lot more of the environment than normal. I mean, just look at what they're doing to this nether fortress. This looks painful. I mean, if you wanted to live here, this would not be a good idea. Of course, they're also shooting at obsidian, so that's contrast for that. Yeah, it rechannels some of the blast because it obviously can't do anything against the obsidian. It's too powerful even for these fireballs. But there's one more rank, and I'm kind of curious if
zealots have iron armor levels of armor rating, and they have much higher HP.
Also, like other zealots, if I can actually try to hit this guy, they're
since he never touches the ground, I've replaced the regular dodging with being able to strafe very easily. Like, it's hard to hit this guy with a bow or a fireball.
Okay, so different AI than other zealots, because normally you try hitting them and they jump away. But normally zealots are also on the ground.
He can't jump because he's already in the middle of jumping, as the code is stated.
True. That is actually how that works.
Flying creatures are always jumping.
Yeah. Totally confirmed, because trust me, Intermittent Doom here looks at the actual code to find out what this stuff really does. Whenever we do a later mod review together with one of his other mods, you would not believe what he figured out. Every time I think of that, oh my gosh.
Flying creatures are always jumping, according to the code.
Well, that's funny, but it's the other thing that's really got me thinking. When we get to that, people will just be going, really? I can just see that literally taking up 50% of my comments. This is like, really? Interestingly enough, shulkers are also always airborne, according to the code. Huh. thought they'd figured out a way to actually touch the block. Oh well. Well,
They are
here,
both touching the block and also not on the ground. They never touch the ground according to the code. Nor do my wither turrets. Interestingly enough, they never touch. They're according to the code. They are airborne as well.
Okay. That's how they support themselves. So, I guess you could say this next rank, the final rank that you're going to see here, is apparently very well known from his previous rank of Zealot as being a good dogfighter, being the most evasive, most explosive member that you could possibly find. Because then...
And
dun, 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 dun,
now we want to get some Godzilla mobs out, because this guy is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a Templar that can fight a Godzilla mob, so... Yeah,
he
and
can,
as we've said
he
before,
can kill kaiju. He can kill. I've shown it to him. You saw him take down Batra, I believe.
Yeah, that was very interesting to even just see. Just like what?
It took about a minute of him throwing Arcadium arrows at his head and thorax and wings, and spraying him with potions and fireballs. But he killed him. He killed a 5,500 HP monster.
Back for later, I've got out Batra, but. Now that we've been discussing that, I guess it's time to actually see kind of how it happens. But the thing is, over time, you get zealots that have become so incredible that they get noticed by their master, the Ghast Titan himself, who floats around, and I can't say he comes down because he never really goes all the way down, and he grants them a portion of his own power so that they can become a Templar. So here is the Ghast Templar in his spiffy red robes.
Once again, stating this, when I say they come down to grant him a portion of his power, there are some things to think of, to run by as a comparison. Like the one I can think of is the best comparison. You'll especially notice if you read a lot of Marvel, Galactus granting his heralds portions of his power. This is what these guys are.
I think you've already seen a good portion of this guy's attacks to know how ridiculous he really is. But the way of showing how much damage that deals, that can only be done with a Batra. I mean, look at what this place used to look like. Look at what it is. This is ridiculous.
So
and
this guy has ridiculous amount of. So this guy has ridiculous amount of HP. He has diamond armor levels of armor rating. And he actually technically has a melee attack when he gets too close to something, like he bites them, and it does 35 damage.
Close to Batra. I've got Batra kind of flying around here, and some of the others are actually trying to deal him some damage. But the Templar, again, if you're wondering why there's all these loyalists, remember the special Templar abilities, and if they're masterless, they'll start summoning a minion to work. So that totally happened. And they've also got lightning.
Lightning bolts, yes.
Arcadium arrows. And potions of harmony.
Sprays of the former and ladders.
Yeah, everything that I said is in a ridiculous amount. I mean, look at that blast pattern. This guy is like the ultimate shotgun. Dude, Batra's right behind you. What are you shooting at?
I guess a golem?
Maybe, but they won't be around for much longer at this rate. Of course, he is taking out some of his own support. Oh, now he knows where Batra is. Holy God! I'm watching.
Batra is about to have
nearly at half. It's utterly ridiculous.
Batra is about to have the hammer brought down on his head.
Oh yeah. Anybody remember that scene from?
Not even by a Titan. This is not even a Titan right here. This is what I can best describe is a demi-Titan.
Yeah, this guy is so powerful he might actually be able to take on some of the lesser Titans. And as well as the simpleton.
No. There's actually no possibility for him to do that.
Really?
Like, I already tested it. Omega Fish, all the Omega Fish has to do is lightning bolt him to death.
Okay,
and
well,
that's what he does.
Does he have? Because I've lost track of where. Oh, there it is. Well, he has 900 HP.
All the Omega Fish has to do is lightning bolt him to death, and every now and then he can also jump up to him and just whack him with his tail.
Okay, so never mind what I said. Apparently, even a demi-Titan can't take down a true Titan of any sort.
And yeah, Titans are extremely powerful creatures.
That's their extreme armor rating and protection.
I might at some point attempt to put in demi-Titans. Like these would be player modeled um, bipeds, but they would have Titan-like powers because they would be the spawn of a mortal and a Titan.
You could see a future version having something like that. I mean, after all, there's something you've discussed before that might eventually show up, and that would be the Titanesses.
Titanesses and the Titanesses, and eventually the ability to befriend them and possibly have offspring.
And
if you can get that
style.
far.
So if anybody's seen Minecraft Comes Alive, then you know that you can have kids with your spouse on it.
Only
and the same thing would apply with Titanesses, although it would be kind of like a version of Mob Talker, if anybody remembers that.
Yeah, they'd be essentially Mob Tuckerized Titans.
Yes.
And
so
although
try talking them out of stomping you. Yeah.
it would be the Titans combined with Mob Talker, combined with Minecraft Comes Alive, combined with some serious anime style powers.
Yes. So think Dancing Dan Macu attacks.
They would not be. It would not be a joke to fight them. It would require some serious dodging.
I'm officially putting on my armor because of what I'm going to do next.
Find the Ghast Titan.
Yes, this will be the Ghast Titan. Now, it's been a while since I did it this way.
The
so
spawn
I'm
egg.
kind of feeling a little...
And the spawn egg has little tentacles on it too.
Yeah, it does, and I'm about to show that. I am preparing to...
You are preparing to burn to death in your own armor. He'll make you combust from within.
Yeah, this will be very ironic. But the thing is... It's been a while since I used this actual spawn egg. Remember how magnificent these things are. They're huge. In fact, visually, I can cover a ghast with it most of the time, unless they're really close. Hey, where's the ghast? It's hiding behind my enormous spawn egg.
How does this thing even come into existence? Either I throw this growth serum at a regular ghast, or any of the other ghast minions if they're there.
Or if there's a Templar around when there's a Titan spirit, then that
Or I just pull out the spawn egg, which is only the size of my head, and spawn in this 96
I'm just casually pulling off this giant mega cannonball sized spawn egg, going, you know, this is how one really makes a Titan. Okay.
Of course not in the Titan. Of course not in the Titanus version. Not the Titanus version. There'd be a different way of making more Titans.
True. But
it would involve more commitment.
We're here with regular Titans.
We're here with regular Titans, and they're not cuddly. They're not cute. They're a bunch of murderous, carefree deities who make killing you just a careless pastime. Like, oh, there's another player.
Now, there is one thing I'd kind of like to discuss about the Nowhere that we didn't entirely before. Now, these are pools of ooze from Lycanized mobs. They don't have anything to do with the generation around here normally. But they happen more often in cold areas, and the Nowhere is considered a very cold environment. In fact, there was kind of a funny bug that we ran into earlier whenever he was developing this, where it snowed everywhere, so he decided to disable the weather.
-1, I believe, which is the lowest temperature you can give to a biome. Basically, if you want equivalence, the nowhere is as cold as the vacuum of space.
Yes.
And yet
Now, does this mean that water spontaneously freezes around here?
Yes. However,
it is cold.
for some strange reason, creatures you wouldn't expect to find in such a cold area can be here, like blazes.
Yes, and of course zombie pigmen and other things
then
associated
again,
with Nether.
And then again, this is the Nowhere. Strange things happen here all the time. You should expect the unexpected, like desert wells everywhere. There's melons and pumpkins, for crying out loud. Like, those would probably shrivel up and die.
Again, consider this a secondary review of the Nowhere, in a way. Because
mine shafts were just added. Like, mine shafts have been recently added.
There was a complication that I ran into because I was trying to do this.
I attempted to add desert temples, jungle temples, and witch huts, but apparently the game doesn't like when you do that.
Yeah. I ran into that very personally, and that's how he found out that it was having technical difficulties, because we were going to actually do this hangout considerably earlier, like quite some time ago when that happened. So stuff can go terribly wrong sometimes. But hey, this is why we test. Hashtag this is why we test.
Do you mind to pause for a second? I need to do some stirring, and I also need to put some pasta on.
Okay. Till then, I will be holding this enormous spawn egg. Okay. We're back, and we're about to use this ginormous spawn egg. I mean,
to
again,
spawn in an even more ginormous creature.
Okay, here it comes. And here comes the ultimate army of everything. He went that way. Oh,
So
the haze
Ghast
is making this
Titan-
guy look even more dramatic, because it's like he's glaring at you and his face just slowly comes into view. And then he opens his mouth and tries to obliterate you.
Has 200,000 health. He's
Oh
a
my
greater
gosh.
200,000 health. That's the most yet.
I'm trying to even find his hitbox.
He has a very powerful fireball spray, and he also has a bite attack if you get too close to him. If you get within, and by close I mean within like 96 blocks of him, which is considered close for him.
That reminds me, I need targets. Please, I need targets.
If you get too close to him, he'll bite you for 2,000 damage. And as we described, and as we said at the beginning of this video, he has a glare attack that will cause you to spontaneously erupt in flames.
That hadn't happened yet. I haven't been creative.
He has to be concentrating on you. Like he has to be attacking you for
Okay, he's not interested in me right now. He's attacking these large numbers of reinforced iron golems I just spawned in.
Yeah, they're gonna die. They're gonna die. Or they're gonna be blown, or you're gonna see a big wave of fireballs just land. You'll just see them blow away all the golems.
Yeah, that's totally happening. Several
Yeah.
times. Although not all the iron golems are dead yet. There's
Excuse
just
me.
a few left. Temporarily left for something else important. Meanwhile, we're watching the immense destructiveness of this powerful Titan just blowing things up and lurking out of the mist. It's like some... Yeah, here we go. It's like some ancient story of the ghost riding. Excuse me, I wasn't saying riding, I was trying to say rising. Ghost rising out of the mist, only in this case he's descending from it. But as with most Titans, you can imagine he has more than just that. I'm thinking there's probably going to be some lightning happening at some point. At least I think so. Let's see if I can get his attention. I know this is not a good idea. But this isn't an animated one. So it should just be fine. Now, I've improved the power of this bow. Where'd he go? Can I even hit you? Where is your hitbox? I think I remember it being something like, right? You tried showing me this earlier. I think it's like something like a tiny spot.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, where is his hitbox at? I'm trying to figure out where
Very
it is.
hard to find it.
I know where it kind of should be, but I'm
I
still
tried to set it to 96. He constantly caused the world to lag when he was at 96. Because sometimes the fireballs would hit his own hitbox, and then you get massive lag spikes from that. Because they do, first of all, they do no damage, but they would still try to calculate the explosion effect.
So there's been some technical issues.
I had to reduce it to a much smaller size, and when I mean smaller, I mean still pretty large.
Hit him with an absence sword.
I don't think you'll be able to shoot at him at all.
I tried shooting at him.
It's hard.
I can't seem to hit it.
Most weapons tend to just phase through this guy because most of his hitbox just does not exist for them.
Yeah, I'm trying to fire at the central tentacle like we tried before, but it's not feeling it.
It's either his central tentacle or his mouth, depending on where he's facing, or at his back end, depending if he's facing upwards.
Well, right now I think he's facing down.
Keep in mind that he has 180-degree turning of his body, so he can look. So just like his minions, he can look in any direction. You should also be noticing massive armies of gas surrounding him right now.
Oh, they're down there. He's hovering over his army.
Yeah, so at minimum, this guy can also no clip. It's like he's not slowed down at all by blocks.
Well, can't all Titans no clip?
Only the flying ones can no clip.
Okay, so mainly the Blaze and Ghast Titan, and of course
Blaze is a sort of ish no clip because he relies on his
I
The
am
Blaze
rising
Titan.
out of the mist to meet him descending from it.
Now,
See
just
slow
compare.
time.
Just compare another Titan to this guy, just to show how big he is.
Yeah, this would be, this would be the time to use the Blaze Titan. You know, I found out
Speaking of
something.
it,
You know how we was talking about earlier
speaking
about...
of the devil. Speaking of the devil.
You know how we was talking earlier about things that do and do not affect Titans? Well, like slowing time. Well, I have a black hole pet from Inventory Pets and previously used it to slow the time of other creatures, but apparently it doesn't even work on the Ghast Titan's fireballs. He just doesn't care. He's like, no, you're trying to affect the flow of time. I just don't care. I'm just not feeling it. So just go.
He's a Titan. Of course, he wouldn't be affected by the flow of time. He works within his own medium. However he wishes. He works however he wants. He's a Titan.
This is a Blaze Titan. I hit the wrong button. But this is a Blaze Titan. He only has 30,000 HP compared to 200,000 up there. And look at his size. Sure, he's big compared to some large mobs, but compared to this, no, he is not big at all. Look at the size of this mouth.
I
can hop through it several times, do a tap dance and a river dance, and on top of that, maybe a jig. I'm not sure. The dancing would be incredible.
He could do that. He could hop through his mouth.
Well, yeah, he could probably swallow this guy. I mean, think of the bite attack that the Ghast Titan would have on the Blaze Titan. It would just be like, I'm just gonna bite your head out. I'm just gonna.
Surprisingly enough, Titans are gentlemanly enough not to bite each other's heads off all the time.
Well, there is that one that tries, but that's up next.
He's quickly. No Titan bites other. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just realized there is one Titan who tries to bite other Titans' heads off.
And he will literally be the next one.
His anti-Titan attack literally is him biting them.
Okay, I
have a screenshot I took in the overworld of the Blaze Titan next to the Ghast Titan. It's ridiculous. It's like a comparison between a regular Blaze and a regular Ghast.
Oh, I just got that in my inventory too, and then I died. I'm not sure even what hit me. It says I fell out of the world, so it could have been either of them. Wait, does the Ghast Titan even have out-of-the-world damage?
They all attack creative players with out-of-the-world damage, because it's the only damage that harms creative mode players.
Exactly, and I just got nuked.
I think you got hit by a fireball. That's what happened.
Maybe. It could have been the fireball. I was going to try to do the desperate thing and start hitting him with an Ultima Blade, but that's probably not going to happen now.
He's too big.
I have no idea where I even am.
Too big. You would need a flying mount or a flying morph in order to be able to get up there and hit him with a melee weapon. Yeah. Even with a ranged weapon, due to how high he flies. Remember, you'd be normally fighting this guy at the top of the Nether. Yes. And that place it's a lot more expansive than even this.
I have a way to get back, but I don't think I have quite enough time. But in the extreme off chance somebody manages to figure a way to defeat Mr. I am the ultimate spread shot guy, what would you even get?
Well, in the case of the Ghast Titan, well, as the mods the forum says, you get too much stuff for you to be able to carry.
Well, yeah, but like what kinds of stuff in the amounts of too much to carry?
Well, namely,
so I'm expecting gunpowder and gas tiers, and because
you would receive that in plenty. You would definitely receive that in plenty amounts.
Okay.
I think it's over. I think there's a chance that you can get over 2,000 gunpowder.
Oh gosh.
It's like gunpowder for tons of TNT. Blow up everything.
You would literally be able to blow up a good portion of the world yourself if you felt like it.
Yeah, it's like, why have this guy do it for me when I can try killing him and use his gunpowder to do that? And blow up it, and then install a TNT mod that adds in super TNT so I can blow it up even more. Like a nuke. Like make a nuke with the nuke TNT.
Yeah, that definitely.
And just blow everybody up. Like make 256 nuke TNTs.
How many gas tiers would you get from that guy?
I think you get over 1,000.
Oh my gosh, you would
So that's
never
plenty.
no matter
Never
what.
run out of regeneration potions.
Yeah, you would never run out of regeneration potions, like ever. Now because he's a Greater Titan, I know he's be getting other drops. So would he have a load of Harcadium, for example?
Yes, you get plenty. You'd actually get plenty of that. I actually just a.
The gas is strong today.
The gas is strong in you today.
A gas for a ghast, whatever.
So I have the chart actually right now. Well, okay, not 2,000 gunpowder, 512 to 1,024 gunpowder,
Either way, that still stacks.
and 512 to 1,024 gas tiers, 256 to 512 coal,
Okay.
and 256 to 512 iron blocks.
So fuel for days and iron golems for days.
256 to 512 gold blocks, 128 to 256 emerald blocks, 128 to 256 diamond blocks, 64 to 128 Harcadium, and 32 to 64 void items.
How many
Void
Arcadium
essence.
again?
64 to 128.
Oh wow! And how much
And
void essence?
32 to 64, and 16 to 32 bedrock.
Oh wow! That is literally a lot of bedrock. Maybe
And
not enough to
and
make,
also as a bonus, 64 to 128 dragon eggs, and 64 and always 64 brewing stands for some reason.
Yo, that's some interesting miscellaneous stuff.
Actually, no, 128 brewing stands.
How many?
Why? Look, why do you need that many?
You are a potion factory now.
This guy's a potion factory. He cries rivers. In fact, the achievement that you get from killing him is called Cry Me a River.
Okay. I'd have to get off now anyhow because of I need to get off and back on just to go back into the nowhere. It's just how the spawn.
Just to confirm it, the achievement you get for slaying the Ghast Titan is Cry Me a River.
Yes.
This guy could.
I will put it on the achievements here.
Because this guy probably could.
The Titans. Bug Stomper, Calcium, Ultimate Explosives. Greater powers are at work. The Ultimate Extinguisher. Old debts repaid. And you have some very interesting ones here. Calcium deficient. I guess that's for taking out the skeleton.
The Ultimate Explosive.
Oh, today we're canceling the apocalypse, otherwise known as one of the best lines from Pacific Rim.
Slay a zombie titan.
Yeah. Kill it with fire. See, lava solidifier. Arthropod control. The union is over. Well, this one, the ruler of the end. Those aren't fully ready yet. Where did the one go for Ghast Titan?
I might not have fully. I might not have moved it, so it might be hidden under another achievement. But trust me, you can get it. And also there is also the Witherzilla achievements.
However, since I haven't regot those achievements yet, I won't be able to show them.
So I can actually say them right now because I have the Lang file up. The one that you get for going to the void, just like the one for where you go into the end, you get one for the void. It's called Down into Nothing.
Okay.
And the one you actually get one for going to the nowhere. It's called Where the Non-Generated Things Go.
Yeah, that would definitely be appropriate because that is the story of the nowhere as you've said.
And there's also the Witherzilla, the two Witherzilla achievements. He's free. Slay him in the void, and congratulations, you've won Minecraft.
Apparently that one is hidden because there's not even enough distance going to it here.
Slay Witherzilla a second time.
Yeah, congratulations, you win Minecraft. I can't even see where that one's gonna show up here because it's that.
But there's also a non-used one at the moment called The Meeting of Two Eternals. Have the Executor Dragon and Witherzilla meet.
That's gonna take some effort, and that's gonna be after you've added the Executor Dragon. It's still upcoming, people. There's a special one coming.
Still upcoming. But just remember, Minecraft now has a win condition. If you slay Witherzilla the second time, you have officially won Minecraft, and
Yes.
also earned yourself a pure diamond trophy of Witherzilla.
Assuming you can actually do it. I mean,
Assuming you
I've
can
had a
do
hard
it,
time even hitting the Ghast Titan, and that's not even the
assuming you
last
can do
one.
it, and assuming you can record it and not cheat, and do it second time. The first time you get the gold, the specially designed gold Witherzilla trophy imported through Amazon.
Yes.
If someone does that, I will find out. You will force me to have to find a way of crafting one of these things and then send it through Amazon. You'll get it for free.
I
All
may
you have
have
to
a
do
few
is kill it for what.
suggestions.
All you have to do is kill Witherzilla the
Yes,
first time.
if you can.
But the second time, you'll get a pure diamond one. I'll try finding enough diamond for it, but you'll get one made of diamond.
Well, Keeper
and
Zirconia is actually more precious, but it's actually cheaper at the same time. It's kind of funny that way.
Or I don't know.
Thank you, laws of supply and demand.
Or I don't know, sir. Zirconia. Something that looks crystalline and is expensive.
Quartz is always fantastic. It may not be expensive, but it's
You
actually
would-
one of the best materials in the world
You'll get
for certain things.
in other words, you'll get another Witherzilla trophy if you can do that. If you can even do that.
I could imagine the face cam somebody would have after that, and they literally have like a Witherzilla trophy on both shoulders, just or right behind them, you know.
Congratulations.
Positioned over both shoulders.
Congratulations, insert YouTuber name. You just beat Witherzilla twice. The first time when he wasn't even trying, the second time when he actually was.
Yeah.
You just earned yourself something amazing.
But this was about the Ghast Titan, and we kind of summed him up.
Yeah.
So for one thing, I couldn't even actually beat him in creative. So I guess
Like
you
I
could
told
probably
you,
put his
you don't have to-
difficulty at 10 out of 10 for Titans.
Yeah, I told you you don't have to beat these next few Titans. You just have to show them, because some of them would take hours to defeat.
Yes, this guy certainly would be absurd because 200,000 HP
And for
even
just
the
for
ultimate
show,
blade only deals 2,000 at a time.
just for show, go into survival mode, take off all your armor. Just go into survival mode and take off all your armor, and yeah, this guy will make you burn from the inside out.
You will go poof real good.
He'll make you go poof. He just makes you go poof. You might not want to, but you go poof.
Now, as for the one we've been alluding to being the next one, would you like to tell him who's next?
It's actually one of the few Titans who has a name. That's what the next one is.
Dun,
He
dun,
is.
dun.
This guy might have more HP, but that does not matter to him. This is the most powerful Greater Titan we will be encountering yet.
And might I add, I can also affirm that they randomly show up in the nowhere.
Yeah, he's encountered two of them.
No, I encountered 3. I didn't just encounter 2. I encountered 3.
Fortunately enough, that none of them were the named version, so none of them were super overpowered in terms of their added stats. Like Ender Colossi, you probably already guessed it, spawn in the nowhere because it looks to the point. They don't spawn in the end because the end is not big enough.
Yeah, they're too tall. Trust me, I've seen
They're
them.
too tall.
For the
They're
end.
too tall. They're too big. But the nowhere is definitely spacious enough. And those guys are absolutely ridiculous. They have some pretty Dragon Ball Z attacks.
Yeah, we haven't even got to that. In fact, one of the attacks is it's named in a way that's a very obvious reference.
Yeah. But yeah, the next one is the Ender Colossus, who is one of the first Titans who actually has a defined canon name. If you ever encounter one of them.
The thing
If
is,
you
you may have been wondering why we hadn't shown a Titan based on an Enderman yet. Well, that's the one. The Ender Colossus is the one that is actually based on an Enderman. So you can imagine them already being tall. Yeah, that's why he's super tall and too tall for the end. In fact, he'd probably just walk into the.
Keep
into
in
the void
mind,
casually
some
several
people.
times over. And
Keep in
still
mind,
hit
some
his
people
head over.
believe. Keep in
There
mind,
is
some
none,
people
but he will do
believe.
it somehow.
And also keep in mind, some people believe that I based him off of the Firelander Ender Golem, but I did not. Me
That was just
and
a
the
pure
guy.
coincidence.
No, actually, it's not. Me and the guy who made the Ender Golem and the Ender Titan from the Firelanders mod, we both based it off of an Ender Colossus Machinima.
Oh, cool. So it's a
Which I
Machinima thing.
Yeah, which I actually put in the Titans forum, so if you want to see it, it's directly below that neat trivia. Along with the trivia of how all the Titans in general were inspired by Greek mythology Titans. Also that they are all male, and that their loyalists are not their babies, and also that some of the sounds in the mod come from StarCraft.
Yes, that's found at your forums, right?
Yes, all the trivia. Also, Titans hate squids.
Yeah, that's been very apparent. I have seen a few just obliterate
They hate
squids for
they
no
hate
other reason
squids
than
and they
that.
hate bats.
Okay.
They have my
Well,
personality.
anyhow, I guess we'll be heading off now for the
Yeah.
time being. And
The
so whenever we come
definition.
back with another Titans hangout, remember that it will be the Ender Colossus, which is the most ridiculous greater Titan you will be seeing. I say greater because there's a category even above that we haven't even shown yet.
Greater Titans are some of the most ridiculously powerful creatures in existence, but they got nothing against the final Titan we'll be showing for now after him. But Greater Titans, this in terms of Greater Titans, this guy's the most powerful one. He's got the most powerful stare attack because Endermen are all about staring.
Yeah, he will stare you to
Like-
death, definitely.
And you will and a thing to note, do not look him in the eye, even in creative mode. I've seen people make this mistake. If you look him in the eye, even in creative mode, he will make you spontaneously explode and die.
Yeah, I accidentally just did that once by just turning around looking for him, and I accidentally stared him in the face. Really bad idea.
You just got spontaneously
Well, it wasn't even an
explode.
idea. It was just a reflex. Just turn around and look. Whoop! Oh, I'm dead.
He just blew up with the same power as a Wither's heralding blast. It's like,
You just explode. But anyhow, again, this is a Glitch Reaper, and
but
Infinite
that is
of
for next
Doom.
time. So,
Can
yeah.
I even do a visual of myself in this weird position?
I don't
'Cause
know.
I'm kind of in a. Oh, this looks cool.
But,
I'm
yeah.
floating in the middle of. Oh, now I'm illustrating myself in a glow. I'm technically I'm stuck in the obsidian again. I am blending in with the darkness now. I'm feeling very at home here. But this is Glitch Reaper here with Instrument of Doom, and we'd like to hear from you all later.
Titan's mind is getting very ridiculous.
Yes, it is. You know, it's really hilarious right now. It looks like I have a nose. I'm just saying. Well, anyhow, we'll hear from you all later, and we'll be signing off. So,
Okay.
bye for now,
Bye
everybody.
now.
Okay, bye, everybody.